Hello, welcome to the Dirty Purse Podcast. I'm your host, Marissa, and I'm here with my co-hosts, Leo and Jess.
Hello.
Hello.
And today, we will be talking about, there's so much that's gone on since the last one we did.
Like, so much crazy
And then
stuff.
today, it's not political, but Kobe Bryant and his daughter.
I know, look, your eyes are already
I'm sorry.
No, yeah, it's sad.
I know. I don't know. I'm just going to be online all day if I don't distract myself.
Do you remember a long time ago I said to you, I don't know if you remember, because, I'm afraid of flying.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh, okay, finally, I'll work up the courage. And then, Aaliyah died on the plane.
On my birthday. I remember that.
And then after that, it was 9/11, and it was all this stuff. And I said to you, you know what? Baby steps. I'm going to get on a helicopter first.
I remember that.
And now,
Why would you do that? I think there's more helicopter deaths than...
Now I will never fly.
Never? It's still safer, though, than driving.
Well, I guess never say never, but the helicopter thing,
Yeah.
every time I say something, I'm I'm like, no.
I remember, I'm more scared to fly in a helicopter than I am an airplane. I've never been on a helicopter, but I get more anxiety thinking about getting on a helicopter than an actual
I would be
airplane.
more scared to be on helicopter.
I guess, my mind, I always thought, because it stays closer, it's not,
It's not as high as the
But I guess it
airplanes.
doesn't matter how it lands. And
Yeah.
where it lands and...
I mean, you could have the most money and get the best pilot and something still happens.
Shit, man.
I know.
But, yeah, it's... Even in a car accident.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It's just, more comfort, because that's what we do on a daily.
Yeah, you're used to doing that.
And I feel like I have control.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just pretty sad.
I know.
And his kid, his 13-year-old daughter.
I know.
Okay.
Well, it feels weird segueing, moving on
No,
to,
it's about-
something else.
No, I mean, it's happening now,
Yeah.
so it's might
It's
as well
fresh
talk
in my
about it,
mind, yeah. I called my sister, and she's just like, I gotta call you back.
Mm-hmm.
And then, she just was crying, and then I text my uncles and everybody, because we're hardcore Laker fans, and I'll probably go visit them after this, see what they're doing.
You were it's like you were the first person that knew the moment that it happened. I got the message. I was like, what? I thought it was a hoax at first.
Yeah, because I was on Twitter, right? And then somebody, I don't remember who said it. It was somebody on Twitter. She said, we were all talking that shit about Kobe yesterday, and now this happens. And I'm like, what happened? And then I searched for it, and I was just like, this has to be a hoax. And then it wasn't. So, well,
I forgot who. It was not that long ago. I can't remember who it was. But there was rumors that somebody had died, and they're like, "No, I didn't." I think it was The Rock, right?
Or was it Wesley Snipes?
I think it was The Rock. And then no, I'm still alive. That's why I thought I was like, no, because it wasn't even a month ago. I think that they were doing that, and then
Really?
this happened. Yeah,
I was on Twitter, right, and I was crying, oh, I can't believe he's dead. And then fucking OJ's dumb ass is paying tribute, and I'm just like, shut the fuck up. And it's just snap me out of the moment.
Yeah. Well, that's what when you read the feed and everything's like Kobe, 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 and then Bravo, are you sad to see Vicky Gunvalson and fucking Tamara Judge leave? And I was like, nobody fucking cares. Quit post,
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Well, so what are we else are we talking about today? What do we got? So what happened in between the time the last time we did it? Warren accused Bernie of being a sexist, which it backfired, and he's not. Mm-hmm. So,
she's already been lying about being Native American, right?
Because she has high cheekbones. Oh.
So, that's also one thing.
Can you believe that? And she even, made, a cookbook, like a Native American recipe in it.
Wow.
Really?
Yes.
Didn't she have, just a tiny, just we all probably have some sort of,
We all do,
a little bit of
yeah.
everything. So, but like her like percentage was like so small that like you don't go around and saying I'm Native American.
Like probably us here have more Native American ancestry than
And
her.
I still wouldn't go out
but
and
we
say.
don't go out and saying that because
Yeah.
one, we're not part of a tribe. We have never lived the lives of the issues that they face as Native Americans. So we can't claim to
Relate.
be part of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just stupid how this dumb bitch, because she has high cheekbones. I mean, everybody.
Native Americans have high cheekbones.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bones
but everybody, like, there's different races that have high cheekbones. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not just. And then when she was a professor at Harvard, she even fucking dyed her hair black and wore like a bolo tie, and it's just like, come on.
Are you sure they have high
Poser.
cheekbones?
I mean,
It's one of the.
Because I mean, the Indians that I've seen when I lived in El Paso, because I lived like right next door to an Indian tribe, I went to school with the people that were Indians. They didn't have high cheekbones.
Maybe it's just a stereotype
I
that
think it's a stereotype, but like they do like some of them, like some tribes you can see like
they have the really.
Maybe it's just
or
maybe
the
certain
men,
tribes.
the men,
Yeah.
mostly, I think
because
have like a
that's
cheek.
why I'm like, I don't know, because the Native Americans that I went to school with didn't have no high cheekbones.
Yeah.
And but it's like she just claims to be Native American, but did fuck all for Native American rights or prosperity. You know, like she didn't do any of that. Like there are people like that were asking like, well, was she part of any like type of Native American organization at
to
Harvard?
help with like drug addiction and all that stuff, like the high rate of alcoholism and suicide. And all
Yeah,
that
she
stuff,
wasn't doing nothing.
anything.
She just wants the prestige of being called that. She wants to roll with the crew and wear the colors, but not do the hustle. And it's just like you can't fucking do that. You can't walk around and say that you're part of this and then do nothing to help with their struggles. I don't think she put that she was Native American when she was applying for the job, but after she got the job, she changed it to Native American. And then it was an internal memo at Harvard, and they said that they met their quota for people of color because of
her.
Yeah, so she was essentially taking an actual person of color's position, and it's like you may have not benefit by going in, but you stop somebody from you know what I'm saying,
Getting
like.
a great education because their quota or whatever, like
Well, not education. She was a professor, so.
Oh, okay. So
but
what do you mean? Okay, so what do they go by then if they met their quota
of like people
hiring?
hiring.
Oh wow, I thought you meant like as a student.
No,
That is-
hiring.
Higher, yeah.
Well, fuck them too, man.
There has to be a quota.
crazy.
Yeah. So she took somebody's who would have been an actual person of color.
Man.
Somebody who would probably actually benefit.
Who could have made it? Who would probably would have been part of the organizations to
help, right?
To help or to bring into focus like any type of situations they may be facing, like hard situations within their group that they're in, and she didn't do any of that. So, and then she goes on to say, Bernie said that a woman couldn't be president.
Yeah,
I don't believe that. He has a history from back in. There's video of him from the 80s of him saying that a woman can be president.
You can tell, because remember that night I said I hadn't seen it yet when she walked up to him trying to kind of like ambush him?
Yeah.
Well, I saw it after, like I Googled it or whatever, and you can see, actually I saw it on Jimmy Kimmel because I saw on the Joe Rogan podcast, some guest that he had on there, I forgot her name, said like you should rewatch it because somebody made a thing about with like Curb Your Enthusiasm music. So I went back and watched that version, but like you could still hear his and her voice, right? It was just the
Yeah.
You can tell he doesn't tolerate that kind of shit or even entertain it because he was just like,
bitch.
yeah, like,
bye. Yeah.
like bye, yeah. Like we're not gonna talk about that right here. So for him, I believe him because of the way he reacted to it. It's just like it's nonsense, you know. Just
More than likely, what I think happened was saying that Trump's a misogynist and he was going to use anything and everything to try to be the Democratic nominee. So if you're a woman, and unfortunately there are misogynists in America, like it's believable that Trump would use that against her as if though it's something bad.
yeah.
And you remember when a few weeks ago you text me about doing the podcast and you go, are they still sick? And I was like, and I took it as, you were talking about Jessica and Junior if they were sick. And I took it as that you didn't want to come. Right?
Right.
And
I was just like,
and you were saying, no, tell them not to come because I don't want to get sick. So it was like we're having a conversation, but we're viewing it two different ways.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened with Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders.
I could see that, yeah.
But how do you...
Getting it twisted.
How do you believe that, knowing that it's Bernie Sanders, that's what he would truly believe, that...
I don't know.
That he thinks a woman can't be president.
She's just a manipulator, mind game
player.
I don't see how you can... I don't think he makes things unclear to where you don't get it. Like, and like you said, he could have been saying, well, you know, Trump's going to do this and this and this and everything in his power for there not to be a woman or whatever. And she took it, like, probably twisted it towards, like, him, like, this is what you believe. This is what, you know what I'm saying?
What's that saying? Le pone de más, like, am I saying that right?
I don't know.
Like, she's...
Exaggerating.
Yeah, that's the word, yeah.
Exagerando.
She's, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, she's...
And then what does she do? She ambushes him, and because she knows the cameras are rolling. She knows the mics. She's still mic'd up. She knows that they could hear. And she does it on purpose because she's trying to get him to say something fucked up. And it could be repeated over and over and over on CNN. And he doesn't fall for it. And he tried to be cordial and like, here, let's shake hands, you know, whatever. I can't believe she did that. And it was all because she was dipping in the polls.
So, also, rewind back to the girl that was asking the questions, the moderator. And this...
Oh, my God.
Well, this is... I'm what, two birds with one stone? I'm going to talk about the funny, like, Curb Your Enthusiasm thing. And then I'm going to, at the same time, how she asked him... Did you say that a woman couldn't be president? He said no. I'm like, no, right? And then, so what did you say whenever he told you?
Woman.
And then right at that moment, it was on Jimmy Kimmel. They zoom into Bernie Sanders, like dun dun dun, and it's like do 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 do, like the ending music of Curb Your Enthusiasm. That was funny. But anyway, yeah, that question is just like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You just took what he said right in front of him and just like dismissed it.
Yeah, they're taking what she said as fact, and they're working together against him. And I remember I was at work and I heard that and I was so fucking livid. And you see, like, they're doing that shit thinking that it's gonna work. Like, it might work on stupid people or rich people like Deborah Messing. It's not gonna work on people who don't like Democrats and don't really like Trump. And they really believe that there's like a media problem or the media's working against certain people, you know, like, because even though they might be leaning Trump and they might believe that, and then you see this, it's not going to make people like them. You know what I'm saying? And if anything, it pushes people more towards Bernie. And he raised, that debate, he raised the most out of any debate night that he's had. Yeah. Because people were like, what the fuck? Like,
I think that hurt Elizabeth
Warren.
Yeah,
it did. She went down in the polls because of it. Yeah.
Why would you do that? You're treating him the way you don't want to be treated. The way you're saying, okay, women can't be president, blah, 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 blah. But you're basically like, whatever he said and making it seem like, okay, Warren, like, we believe you. Like, you're basically doing the same fucking thing to him that you don't want done to you. It's just making me angry.
And it's just like, Bernie, it would have worked on anybody else, but since Bernie's been consistent throughout his whole career on what he believes, it's not going to work. Like,
and it comes back to Elizabeth being a liar. Yeah. Elizabeth Warren is a liar.
And because she has a past of embellishing, it comes back and makes you look bad.
That's the word, embellish.
And so it makes her look.
It would make her look stupid because how many times has Bernie ran and has any of his opponents ever said that he was a sexist and said that?
There's only one person that I know that we're going to get to in a little bit that says nobody likes him, but she would say that, but he commented that she was unqualified to be president.
Oh, she is? Who, Hillary Clinton? Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely.
So we're going to go roll into this.
She probably took it to her, she's probably not qualified because I'm a woman. But, no.
I don't know, but
But see, they did the same thing with Obama when Obama and Hillary ran. Like, the same people, like the same journalists, quote-unquote journalists that are accusing Bernie of Bernie bros and being a sexist, they did that with Obama. using the same bullshit. And they cheapen the accusations of actual misogyny. And they continually do that. But Bernie's never done that. Okay, this is how, because I'm real fucking petty. And when Elizabeth Warren said, I'm the first to beat a Republican in 30 years. If I was Bernie, I would have said, bitch, I was the first in the last 30 years, and I did it while you were still a fucking Republican. That's what I would have said. But Bernie isn't that type to, like, be dirty like that.
You know what kind of threw me off, though? When she said that comment about 30 years, and he said, no, I did. Mm-hmm. And she goes, oh, when was that? And then he's like 1990? She's like, something 30. She said 30 years.
Yeah.
Was that 1993?
1990?
I'm stupid with math. Anyway,
it's 30 years.
30. It's like, unless I missed something and I'm really that dumb, what's the difference between what she just said? I know she was a Republican, but she's saying about 30 years, and he's saying, well, I did too. And then she counts, and she's saying, well, that was 30 years ago. Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah, she was trying to get him to make him look stupid. And
I'm like, but you just fucking said those words came out of your mouth, too, about your experience.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
And she was a Republican.
So I was sitting there like, you know, like, does this make...
Andrew Yang?
It didn't make sense in my head. Calculation. I need an actual calculator. I'm not smart like that.
And he's not dirty. What happened with Hillary when it was about her emails, right? Everyone was talking about her emails, and he's like, I don't give a damn about your emails. And it's true, because poor people truly do not give a shit about her emails. Right. They didn't have, at the time, no health insurance, struggling to buy food and to put gas in the car and rent. Nobody cares.
Shit about that.
And Bernie wanted to focus on the actual issues. And he didn't go dirty like that. And they want to try to accuse him of being like this huge asshole who hates women.
I started twitching right after that.
When?
The math, remember? Three-peat.
Three-peat?
That's why I said three-peat, because I failed math, and then in the moment I was counting 1993, like, my eyes started twitching. I was like, shit. Here it goes.
But your hard drive was working too much.
Too much. Anyway, I'm sorry. What?
And then, what was it, like a week? When did Hillary start talking shit about Bernie? What did she say about him?
It was a week before her stupid special was going to air. I don't know. She was promoting.
Nobody liked him.
She had the audacity to say that the most popular and the most liked politician, that nobody liked him. Her. Mm-hmm. Evil incarnate. Had the audacity to say that.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to quote Trump, I hate him, but like crooked Hillary.
But when she was talking about that, she was talking about the rich fucks that she knows and that she fucks with, because I like that everything who you run with doesn't like Bernie. Yeah. Like, that makes me want to vote for him even more.
Everything that he's for, they're not. Exactly. That's why they hate him, right? They want the tax of the rich people, right? The taxes and stuff, all that shit. Yeah. Like, they don't.
And she's still talking so much shit. She has more money than God. So it's just like, why don't you go and do something?
It's like, what's the name, Mr. Scrooge? No, what's his name? The guy with the money and the
Scrooge
right?
McDuck.
Yeah. And
she wants to talk about misogyny. Like, her husband has been accused several times of being a rapist.
Mm-hmm. And hanging out with what's his name? Jeffrey.
Oh, Jeff. Yeah. Oh, I can't believe it. She hung out with him too.
Yeah.
And Harvey Weinstein.
I mean, come on, her husband got impeached for
fucking a 22-year or fingering or whatever he did.
Dipping. What do you call that saying? Dipping.
And I'm not saying that's her fault. I'm not saying what her.
Yeah.
I'm not saying what her shitty husband did is her fault. But don't go around accusing a man who doesn't have that type of history of being a misogynist.
Yeah. And it was her fucking choice to say, so.
Yeah.
And then when they asked her, what about Harvey Weinstein? She goes, well, how are we supposed to know? And then she brought up the Obamas. He raised money for them. She can never, she always has to bring somebody else in. She can never just say, well, I fucked up, like, I don't know what to tell you. I just fucked up. She always has to bring, well, what about this person? What about that person?
She's just dragging everybody under the bus.
Trying to shift the blame.
Yeah.
Just trying to get it off of her.
Always. And I fucking hate that I voted for her. I hate it. I mean, I was never going to vote for Trump, but I could have just
not voted for her.
Not voted. I could have left the presidential part blank. Mm-hmm. She's just...
We all learn from our mistakes.
She just fucking sucks. And she said that in her... She had a documentary coming out, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. It comes out like in March or something like that.
Oh, really? I thought it was almost
Isn't
out.
it like just something just to glorify her, basically?
Yeah, like she's a hero and she didn't win because people hate women. Not her, women in general. There were so many people in Wisconsin that just left the presidential part of the ballot blank because they're just like, they didn't want
either.
Yep, they didn't want either. And then...
This is why we gotta vote Bernie this time, guys.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? Tom Pettis, he's the president of the DNC.
I was like, I only good with faces.
They're appointing people to handle the convention, the DNC convention. You know, like when you get the nomination, and everyone he's appointing are anti-Bernie, pro-Hillary people. So they're trying to block him.
So okay, so Bernie's leading, right? Mm-hmm. And I've been hearing all this. Like, she had said, it's too early the primaries to say who she's gonna endorse or whatever. And so
imagine if Bernie said that.
Who does that? Oh, I know.
All the time they ask him, and he always has to say, "Yes, I'm going to support the Democratic." No, he's going to do it, but I guarantee you, his supporters, if they nominate somebody as shitty as fucking Joe Biden or Pete Buttigieg, and maybe even Elizabeth Warren at this point, they're not going to. And especially if they try to steal it from him when he's leading in all the polls right now, and they try to steal it from him. I guarantee their people are gonna fucking lose their shit.
It's like a bunch of little soldiers ready like to sabotage him, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I respect this because this is how you know he really does care about the issues that he speaks about. He said it out of his own mouth. It doesn't matter if I don't get selected. I will support any of one of you that are up here. He'll back them up.
Yeah.
But if it were, like you said, the other way around.
But the thing that I have a problem with is if they win it like without any type of sabotage, I understand. Okay, you're gonna do that. But what makes me mad is that I think he's so principled that even if they fuck him over again,
he still will back them up.
He'll still back them up, and he won't run third party, and that makes me angry. That's something I don't like about. I don't like that he's principled. No, I'm just saying, like, when they're fucking you over like that, you have to stand up. You have to do it. Shitty people like Hillary and Tom Pettis, they know that about him. And they know that he won't do that because he knows it will fracture the party and get Trump elected again. Yeah. And they know that he won't do that. So they use that to their advantage to try to fuck him over. And it's going to... I don't know what I'm going to do if it happens.
What do you think's going to happen? What are your...
I think if he doesn't steamroll it all, like, there's no doubt that he is absolutely the front runner. He's getting all the early states, all Super Tuesday. I think if he doesn't do that, and I don't know. I want to believe that the DNC isn't brazen enough to try to fuck him over when he's that far ahead, but I don't know. But I think if he's like a little bit far ahead, just a little bit, I think they'll fuck him over.
Okay, so let's say he's a lot far ahead. Mm-hmm. Do you think Hillary's going to get slack? Like, do you think there's going to be a fire under her ass to try to endorse him or no? Endorse him?
I don't think...
Because of the comments that she said, and, you know, people just...
I don't think Bernie cares. I think
she deserves it, but...
I think it works to his advantage if Hillary Clinton doesn't like him. Because what you want to try to do is get some of those Trump-leaning... supporters,
yeah,
you want to bring them over, and but they don't like Hillary, so and if Hillary doesn't like Bernie, so so I think it works. I think it works to his advantage if Hillary's
If you take away their titles and then you put lover and like, you know, it's like a telenovela instead of like a, you know what I mean? It's like they're she's the villain. She's the villain.
She's the villain, and Bernie's the
pobrecito. You know, the little force,
that innocent bystander that's getting
the one that's gonna be at the very end. Oh yes, you're gonna be, what do you call it? Rained upon with money. No, not money, but you know, in the novela, there's always a pobrecita, and then she like, all of a sudden
raises above and beyond.
Yeah, and becomes like I'm rich now, and now you work for me.
Yeah.
Hillary, bitch. I hate her.
Oh, and then Joe Rogan endorses him, and
yes,
all the Warren and Hillary supporters lose their mind. First, they're saying, "Oh, we need somebody who's gonna bring people together. You wanna unite people and you gotta bring people over to our side." And so Bernie goes on Joe Rogan, does an excellent job because he's able to. He has time to explain everything instead of a 30-second soundbite.
Stupid debate.
Yeah.
Stage.
So and then Joe Rogan has a huge fucking audience, and people are leaning towards Bernie because of it. I'm gonna admit something, because I never saw Joe Rogan, and before I would go by whatever people would tell me. Oh, he's a transphobic and he's a racist and he's alt-right. I had never seen him. I'm going by what people say, and I'm like, oh, you know, like I can't believe that. And then I started watching him on my own, and I'm just like, he's nothing like that.
Yeah, so I was reading like, oh, of course, somebody that's misogynistic and blah 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 is gonna be backing up somebody, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, sit down and actually watch the show. I watch it. I don't listen to it, right? He speaks the truth. It's like the hard, like tough love truth. Not like some, you know, he doesn't pussyfoot around shit, and people get butthurt about it, you know? And whatever. That's where I heard where he said, like, don't put, I don't care, I'm fat and I'm like this because of me. But he says, like, you know, why are you putting people, that's why they probably don't like him, big girls on the cover of Vogue. It's like you're supporting obesity and unhealthy stuff, you know, whatever. But like, so people take that as in like, oh my god, he's such a fucking asshole. And
yeah, because you have to praise overweight people
or anything
now.
That he says, like, it's just people get so butt hurt. Fuck.
Everybody gets offended.
Remember back in the day,
easily now.
it was just like, just stop getting butt hurt, everybody, including me when I'm emotional. Start crying.
I saw on Twitter, was it on Twitter or Reddit? Somebody said, I don't know why the doctor's office needs to weigh us. They don't need to know that. And somebody goes, medications are based on weight.
I'm sorry. What's wrong with them?
This is how crazy people have gone.
Okay, I want to ask a valid question, because it's not the doctor. But why do they need the DMV? Why do they need to know our weight? They're going to take a picture of me. They know what I look like. If I put my weight on there and I lose weight, the weight's going to be different from my weight loss. I don't get that.
I don't get it either.
But the doctor, come on, guys.
What is the doctor? I hope it was just somebody trolling.
Yeah. See, you can never tell nowadays, too. If there's people are stupid or they're, like, trolling.
Yeah, and it's just
funny. So back to Crooked Hillary, though, real quick. Like, are you going to watch? Just...
No.
But because it's going to give her money, right? That's support. Because I was to say we can watch and criticize it, but then that's...
Oh, I guess we could do that. We could review it and say how it's wrong.
Only one, because we don't want to give her more views than one. So you
watch it. Well, you got to talk to me. Talk to me about it.
Okay. On YouTube it.
I don't know. Come out on.
Because then she's going to have views, guys.
It's gonna be...
Don't support her. Don't support her.
So, what did Joe Rogan say that was problematic?
I don't see anything that comes out of his mouth that's problematic. Me either.
Like it's an opinion.
He did say something. I forgot who he was talking about, but like he goes, "That bitch is crazy," and then the guy that was his guest, he goes, you know, he covers his mouth, Joe Rogan, and then he goes, I forgot, I can't say that, because even he's trying to like reel in whatever he says because of people talking shit, but like it's like, why does he have to walk on eggshells? And then the person that was there, his guest, he's like, what? Wait, you can't say crazy? He goes, no, I can't call her bitch. You know, but it's like, come on, everyone's so sensitive, like very sensitive nowadays, like.
I think there are plenty of people on the left who have a certain sense of humor that they don't see often anymore on the left. And so they are drawn to people like Joe Rogan and podcasts like Come Town and Chapo Trap House, because at the same time they're expressing political views that they agree with, but also having their type of sense of humor. But there's certain people, I don't even think they're on the left. I think they're just centrist liberals. They believe that if you aren't groveling to people like Lizzo, you're Trump. They automatically equate you to that orange mongoloid. You know, like you're that's how you are to him. Yeah. And so I don't know, it's just, and I think that's why Joe Rogan has such a big audience because of what he says. Yeah.
I was laughing on the debate because I forgot to tell you too. I had a dream that you were Bernie Sanders' girlfriend.
Oh, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I was probably thinking about the podcast or something, and I dreamt about it. Anyway, back to the debate. He was recycling his jokes. I thought that was cute.
Who?
Bernie Sanders. Whenever Joe Biden started talking about Trump.
Oh, he always was that. You thought it was cute?
He's an old man that's saying the same thing, and I was like, ha, ha, ha. He said it again.
You know what I don't like? When Liz Warren says, so the mamas can get back to work. I hate when she says mamas. I hate that folksy fake bullshit.
Yeah, that's fake. I heard that. I remember
that's why I like.
What did she say?
Mamas.
So the mamas could get back to work. And she says mamas.
Instead of
because she's trying to be folksy and like I'm one of you.
To go back to work or
That's what I like about Bernie is that he'll go speak to Latinos and he's not trying to speak. Remember like Cory Booker? He sounded like he was speaking Klingon. I was embarrassed. I put it on mute and I was like, I don't want to hear this. I understand why Beto speaks Spanish because he speaks it better than most Hispanics I know. So.
But even that, like they were using their Latino, or I know I can relate to Latinos cards like so early on.
I know, and I was like, please just. So Bernie doesn't do that.
I mean, we already saw you, Beto, when you were campaigning. We know, we get it.
Beto, we know. We speak Spanish. Your nickname's Beto. We get it.
But
we got you.
The Klingon, that was funny.
Oh, I put it on mute, and I was like, I was getting like secondhand embarrassment from Cory Booker speaking Spanish. I was like,
that's how my daughter sounds whenever she thinks she's talking Spanish.
Oh, that's cute.
What? Okay.
And then whatever type of community he's going to speak to, he doesn't try to pretend like he's one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like he speaks to the issues that they're facing, but he doesn't try to talk from that community. He doesn't try to act like he's one of them.
Let me Latino amigos. Like, oh. Like, it's embarrassing. Don't do that, please.
And I think that's why a lot of people like him, because he isn't this...
He's not fake.
Yeah, he's not fake.
He doesn't try to act like his supporters or whatever.
You see what I just did right now? Like, butt hurters would probably be like... Oh, so you didn't appreciate when, white people trying to learn Spanish?
No, I mean, they can learn Spanish, but we could tell when you're trying to, like...
But I'm giving you an example of, like today's butt hurtness. Like, any little thing that you... thing. Like, they
any little thing.
Oh, well, you're a hater because of this and that,
Well, maybe I am.
Maybe I am.
Oh, that reminds me of something Joe Rogan said. I think what people were saying was transphobic was there was this MMA fighter and she's trans, and he was saying, how can somebody who was born male now transition to female fight against females? He had a problem with that. And I was thinking, well, how is that true? I mean, how does that happen? Because
so it was a boy-girl fight?
No, she transitioned. She used to be a man. She was born a man.
Okay. I think you meant that it was the other way around. Because I don't want people to be like, wait, you're ignorant? It registered in my brain.
Maybe I am.
Well, no.
Maybe I am.
In my brain, it was flipped.
Yeah, so
you understand what I mean? I didn't get
and I don't know how to say this without sounding insensitive, but...
Right, here we go.
She has man bones, right?
Can you go start from the beginning? Because I'm confused.
Oh my god. Okay, so
They were born.
she was born a man.
She was born. So it was. So we had to call him he, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a she.
Okay,
She's a she now.
Oh, okay.
She was
I get it
born
now.
a man.
She. Okay, I get it now.
Okay.
That's all. I got it. I'm on board.
Female.
Okay.
Now she's a female and she's fighting against other
Another
females.
female.
Okay, I get it.
But since she was born a
Please,
man,
guys, I'm not that stupid. It was just confusing. Okay, it was just that twisted. I was thinking about other stuff. Okay, so yeah, she's fighting other females.
but she was born with like
A structure of a man.
Biologically.
thank you. Yeah, I couldn't think of a proper way to say it.
The bone structure of a guy.
Okay.
And
still has that.
it's biology. You can't get mad. It's biology.
It is biology.
Most men have a bigger bone density. Is it bone density?
I guess. Sure.
Okay, we're like sure. Okay, nobody listens to this anyway, so there's not like they're gonna correct us. So
They can leave it in the comments.
And if we're wrong, go ahead and correct us.
Right.
Okay, so they have testosterone. The testosterone makes their bones
Yeah,
bigger, right?
yeah.
So they could support their muscles. So she has that. How is it? Well, then, but there
They
are
have
bigger.
hormones,
But there are
too.
bigger women, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't
there
know.
are.
Because what you have to do.
But they take the
transitioning-
hormones so that way the testosterone goes lower.
But they still have the developed bone mass. They still have bigger bones. It's not like they get osteoporosis and it fucking goes away.
Maybe they do.
Or do they? I don't know.
They take shots.
Do we have any doctor listeners?
I don't know how that works. I don't know.
I failed an anatomy too. Don't forget that.
But he was asking like,
You passed it, so you know.
oh, don't put me on the spot.
Oh, how many times did I try to get your professor and he was gone? I was like,
Oh, he
"Damn it."
retired. He was the best one though.
So, okay, so he was saying that she couldn't fight against other girls.
Yeah, he
because
was
of the
asking
bones.
how it was okay.
Oh, how it was okay.
Like, why is that okay? And he was saying that the trans women are more protected and have more rights than
Regular
No
women.
regular females.
cis women.
Cis women. There you go. I can't. I'm sorry. Cis women. Yeah.
I hate the term cis though because whenever it's used in a bad manner, like a put down.
Like cis privilege.
Yeah, or
Like,
or
oh,
you're cis white male, or you're cis female. It's never used in a positive way, so I don't like that term.
What is that? I ain't even heard
It means
of
you were born female.
Oh.
And we relate our.
Why do I gotta put that fucking
Do you know
label
what
on
I mean?
me? You know what I'm saying?
So like we're born female, but we also that we are. And we feel how we are biologically.
Okay.
Right?
We feel like women.
Yeah. But then we can't say that because then they feel the transgender person probably feels like a woman too, and they were born like with a man body or organs. I mean, right?
I have no fucking clue.
You feel right in your body.
Okay, yeah.
Your
I know
soul,
what you mean.
everything is perfect, right? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I'm fucking depressed, and you want to go there, right? But I feel like I'm in my right body.
But I
you know?
feel like a woman.
I feel like a woman.
I love that song.
I forgot what we always
But
keep
they
going.
can't go saying they feel like women because they don't get their period every single month.
But there's women that don't do that.
That don't get periods. They, like, cause a lot of people they have issues too, like endometriosis and stuff like that. And
Yes, you're right.
My thing is though,
But they don't get the emotionals and all that.
well, they're taking hormones, aren't they?
The symptoms that come with it. Because I'm pretty sure the women who don't get their periods still get the symptoms that come with it. The crying, the tender breasts.
I think
what
we're
else?
just.
I was crying earlier because I wanted to hang out with my husband, but he was doing something. Until you go through that.
Oh my god!
Did you start crying
For no reason.
Canceled.
when you're too sensitive?
We're gonna get canceled. Nah, fuck it.
Nobody listens to us. There's like, we have one
we're not saying
listener
anything wrong.
in Minnesota.
That's what.
I see you, boo.
There's what? Woo, Minnesota.
Shout out to Minnesota.
Or is it Michigan?
I think I have family in Minnesota. Far, far away cousins.
I thought it was Ohio.
That'd be
I don't know,
awesome. That
somewhere.
one in Hawaii. Woo. What? Fly is out there. Pay for our stay.
You would not go.
Oh no. Yeah, right.
How about a boat?
I don't know how to swim.
They have lifeboats.
They have sharks in the ocean too. That's not going to protect you.
What are the odds of a shark eating you?
Have you seen this?
It's Michigan.
Oh, you could just go to Florida if you want to.
Oh, hell no, Florida.
If the shark attacks.
No more get eaten by people. Remember the zombie
The
bath salt?
drug. The flocka drug.
Man, heads, fuck that shit. I'll just stay here.
What were we talking about?
About
Joe Rogan.
transitioning it. Oh yeah, but I don't. Whatever he's asking or saying, it doesn't to me. Oh, but then I'm not trans, but it doesn't seem transphobic.
But he said, "Well, she's fighting against actual women," and he goes, "Yeah, I said it, actual women." So people took problem with that, but
you can't sit there, anyone, and say that you've never said anything.
Yeah, and see, that's the problem because we've all said fucked up shit.
Hypocrites.
Oh, I've said fucking awful shit. Like, if you're in my apartment and I'm upset, I say really fucked up things. But see, people want to act like, oh, we didn't do anything. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm perfect. I've always been perfect. Like, they can't admit to their. And so Joe Rogan, a podcaster, a YouTuber, an MMA fighter, he has this opinion. Who gives a shit? Mm-hmm. He's not making laws. He's not trying to pass any type of laws.
He ain't paying your bills.
He's not paying your bills.
He ain't fucking ya.
Who cares? You know, there's actual politicians that believe what Joe Rogan's saying. Why don't you go fucking harass them?
Yeah.
And they wanna forget, but Barack Obama was against gay marriage up until what?
Yeah.
2012? He was, and so was Joe Biden.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so was every fucking buddy except for Bernie Sanders.
And I mean,
he was the only
Elizabeth
one.
Warren, because she was a Republican,
exactly.
So she had those values for her. Certain
everybody on that,
not values, but you know what I mean.
Everybody who's running for president, besides Bernie Sanders, had a problem with gay marriage, and yet everybody likes to forget that. Mm-hmm. They think that because Joe Rogan endorsed Bernie, that somehow Bernie is going to adopt Joe Rogan's views rather than Joe Rogan and his audience are adopting Bernie's views.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they don't see that. They just want to fucking bitch.
I think they're up there with those fucking Capitol Hill fucking jobs. They know it. They're just playing a game. It's a game to them, and it's not a game to Bernie.
But what they do, they get on Twitter, and they have a large following, and they put out that bullshit that Joe Rogan's this, Joe Rogan's that, so that must mean that Bernie is. And so they get all of their people, all of their followers to start, and it becomes like a meme over and over and over until you see it. And then they have CNN on the payroll, MSNBC, and they all say the exact same thing. And Bernie's getting backlash because of the Joe Rogan endorsement.
It's a fucking game to sabotage. It's like a sabotage game. That's what it is.
Yeah, and it's all because a man wants to give everyone health care and cancel your student debt, and somehow that is fucking horrible.
I remember what I was gonna say.
What?
A while back, because I know like you really like don't want like Jimmy Fallon and stuff. I love like the tweets the hashtags, and there was this one on there that. It said, if you could make something legal, what would it be? Or a law? And one of the girls said, there was a girl, I don't remember her name, tweeted, there should be a law that if you still have student loans, you still get to use your student discount.
Right? To the day I fucking die.
Seriously. Anyway, my card doesn't expire.
What card?
Our student cards.
Oh, it doesn't?
Mm-mm. You can go get discounts anytime you want. Unless you look all viejota and your picture looks different, but...
Unless they ask you your weight. For your ID.
That's funny.
Like, why do you need my weight?
What else is on the menu? I know what's not on the menu.
What?
Jack in the Box.
I don't get it.
TMI. I'll tell you later.
You have choro?
I am not admitting anything. Was that Sonic commercial? I am not. What? Do you remember that Sonic commercial? I'm not denying or admitting anything. Oh, well, I know this is a little bit off subject, but did y'all see that Aaron Hernandez thing?
I didn't watch it.
It's pretty good. Did you like it? I thought it was interesting.
So what they're saying is he's crazy because he was
CTE.
gay? Oh.
No, it was a mixture of different things.
Yeah, they're trying to excuse him, saying that because he had that disease that the football players get because of a concussion, and that's what made him do it.
But they said that it was a bunch of they just closeted.
They're trying to make an excuse for it.
Yeah.
I kind of.
Which is kind of like, well...
See, there's something wrong with me. I kind of, sympathized just a teeny bit, because I was like, yeah, I get it.
I didn't.
You know?
How many football players have that disease?
But they don't ever know until they have to die.
Yeah, but how many football players actually came from,
OJ probably did too, they say. But he's alive, so they can't check his brain. But
I could tell you from... just go to his Twitter page.
They could...
That's so funny.
And a lot of them have really, really bad backgrounds. And you don't see them killing people.
I guess, but they said that his brain was so damaged at 27 from the CTE that type of damage is normal for someone that has CTE at like 50-something years old.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, I mean, you bump your head quite a few times, you're going to have a bunch of loose screws up in there, and on top of that, you're holding in that you're gay.
Is he gay, though? Because people that know him are saying... People that know him are saying that it wasn't true.
There's this one girl that said that he wrote a letter to her or whatever that they were writing like towards the end of, and that he admitted to her, that's his ex-girlfriend actually, and that he opened up to her and said that he had relations with a guy and stuff like that. So I know, but it was really interesting.
I don't think I'm gonna watch it.
We just basically summed it up for you right now.
I know, right?
It was weird because I like watching like Dateline and stuff like that, and I'm like, ooh, like who's gonna be the killer, blah blah blah. And this time, the whole time, like it kind of would get ruined for me because I would get into
it is.
No, I know.
But the whole point of it is,
you know what happens, you know?
He killed himself at the end, just so that way, all charges against him can be erased, and his wife can get the money.
See, and I don't understand why he did that, because I think it is the mental thing, because...
No, because there's a law in that state, if you commit suicide, all charges against you get erased from your record.
But he got acquitted for both murders.
Yeah, but he still got...
But let me tell you what I feel. they were going to help him appeal the other murder, and I think that lawyer, Baez, what's his name, right? Whatever, he is going to do a good job. He did with, what's her name, right? Casey Anthony? He got her off the fucking hook. I know.
Yeah, but she didn't get,
She got acquitted. And she didn't, he got acquitted for the 2 murders. And then...
Because they couldn't prove that he didn't.
But they didn't have the gun.
But for, who did he kill? Odin, right?
Odin, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, he can't tell us because he's dead.
I don't know.
But they were working on...
So is that his boyfriend or what?
Who?
The guy he killed?
No.
So why'd he kill him?
He had a short fuse, and they, again, were saying...
I don't know, they're saying that Odin knew something about him that he didn't want to get exposed or something.
And then he shot his best friend in the eye, and he survived.
That's weird.
And then he allegedly killed 2 people...
Because they spilled a drink on him at a club.
Spilled a drink. Yeah, like they said that his temper was that bad.
And that's the person you sympathized with?
Oh, no, I started feeling guilty for him when all these things they were saying about him being suppressed and the CTE scans that.
But how many people who are not football players nowadays are gay but still don't come out? And you don't see them killing people?
There's one that's out and about. I forgot who.
But I'm saying you don't see them killing people because they're.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's more than him that has mental issues. They beat their girlfriends up, and you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the things that he did before, he was just getting like a
slap on the wrist.
He's like rich football player.
Well, maybe he just figured he can get away with it because he thought he was.
He thought he would get away with it. All I know is that
wannabe gangster.
I don't know, but.
Well, he seemed pretty gangster to me. He killed people for spilling a drink on him.
And then they said, like, the people he would hang out with, like, drug dealers, and stuff like that. Like,
If I was rich, I'd be on a yacht in the middle of the fucking ocean.
So that's why they're like, why is he hanging out with these people
he
that
kept
are
gravitating to those
and
bad people?
And he was a drug user. He smoked marijuana every single day.
It's just weed.
So, but still, if you're an SMO player, why?
Because you have the money.
Yeah.
But you're not even supposed to be smoking.
It's not coke, right?
Well, you don't know what else he did. What if it was laced with PCP or...
But we don't know anything because he's just kidding. No, I mean, like, I think he was mentally fucked up. Because there are people that are, like, just... I'm not defending him. I'm just saying... The proof is in the pudding. I believe science, and I believe that the CAT scans showed how fucked up his brain was. And they even said that's not the only reason why. Yeah, he still had a conscience, you know, somewhat of one, and all the stuff.
Did he really have a conscience? Because they said after he killed somebody, he went and signed his $40 million contract like the next month, like if nothing.
I was shocked that I thought he would have done something to, like, his wife or something too, because of how, like, violent he was. Mm-hmm. I was shocked that he didn't beat her ass. So,
well, then you see, maybe, I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know.
I think he just thought he wanted to be a gangster.
We'll never know.
So.
Yes. Don't
what?
Jack in the Box.
Don't eat Jack in the Box.
Is that what you ate right now? You ate Jack in the Box?
Yeah. I know.
I didn't say anything.
The face, though. I get it. Cheese.
They take too long there. Way too long.
Really?
Every time I haven't gone in years.
Oh, wow. I just went because I wanted something real quick, and
you should have gone.
Something real quick's gonna come.
Gonna go out.
Yeah, just went in and out.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So next week, guys, I won't be here.
Oh yeah.
I love your shoes. I just saw them.
I feel like I'm getting dirty though.
Cause why'd you buy them all white?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Cause I'm stupid.
No, they're nice. Your shoes don't fit like my shoes. You can see my socks because my foot's too fat. Man, they're gonna be thinking like, how big is this girl?
Alrighty, well, I guess that'll do it for today's episode.
All right.
We'll see y'all next time.
Yes. Oh, not next Sunday.
No, not next Sunday.
Football.
Gilbers. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.